What is good, fight fans? This is Ash's Corner. And it seems like it is in the works, but it's not finalized. But Mikey Garcia will be facing Robert Easter Jr. Now, I seen a boxing scene had an article saying that Mikey Garcia, 37-0 with 30 knockouts, the WBC lightweight champion, to battle unbeaten IBF lightweight champ Robert Easter Jr. The LA Times reported Tuesday night that Easter is considered the favorite to land a fight against Mikey Garcia either December 16th or in an undisclosed date in January. So it is official that it might happen. You know, I'm not just talking out the side of my ass, but if this fight does happen, hopefully it should happen because both of them, agreed to fighting each other. I believe Robert Easter said that Mikey Garcia was on his hit list, and he definitely, they definitely was talking about fighting before Mikey Garcia fought Adrian Broner, and there was still talks of him fighting Mikey Garcia after he fight Adrian Broner. So, Mikey Garcia was always down for the fight, and I'm more than sure that these guys is down for the unification. With Easter being the IBF champ and Garcia being the WBC champ, like why not? Why not? Unified titles. Both of them have a title in the same weight class. Why not? But when I heard about this fight, I automatically thought that it could be a better outcome than when Mikey Garcia fought Adrian Broner, but I really don't see it that way. I think Mikey Garcia has too much power for Robert Easter Jr. And I think he will get dropped this fight. It's very possible that Easter might get stopped this fight, and I could tell you the reasons why. Everybody has their own opinion. I honestly think that all the weapons that Robert Easter needs to beat Mikey Garcia, he has some of them, but he doesn't utilize the ones that he has. So I definitely don't see him. I don't even see him going 12 rounds. So I actually kind of see him, having it being a worse outcome than when Mikey Garcia fought Adrian Broner. That's how I see it. I like Robert Easter. I really do. Okay. I've said bad things about him because I think he can do better than what he's doing. I think he needs to get out of his contract with about billions and really focus on getting a team in his corner that does a little bit more for him. I'm not even going to say his team. I'm just going to say get away from Adrian Broner altogether. Like, I just think he should get away from Adrian Broner and be around somebody who's more focused on boxing and only boxing. Nothing else, not girls, music, and shows and strip clubs and shit. All that extra shit that you can have after after the fight or after you retire. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at his last fight, I'm not even going to pronounce his name. His first name is Dennis. So his last fight with Dennis, Dennis was 5'5" with a 68.5-inch reach. Okay? Before I go any further, Robert Easter Jr. is 5'11" with a 76-inch reach. Now, I say that to say this. If you guys seen that fight, and I'm not saying that Dennis is a scrub or a bum or anything like that, but if you seen that fight, you would not guess in a million years that he had a damn near whole 8-inch reach on Dennis. There's no way in the world that you would have guessed that shit. You'd have been like, damn, dude is tall. He got a hell of a reach, but he was not using it whatsoever. You look at any picture that they captured during that fight, it looked like they're fighting in a phone booth. To beat Mikey Garcia, for him to beat Mikey Garcia, he's not going to be able to exchange with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, remember, is a very hard puncher. Mikey Garcia is the guy who always sparred Madonna. And he said that he's the hardest puncher he's ever felt. Like, everybody talks about how strong Mikey Garcia is. I remember Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios gets hit flush a lot, okay, in his whole career. He said his hardest punch came from Mikey Garcia. I honestly see Mike Garcia putting Robert Easter on his ass this fight. I'm sorry, I see it. I see him dropping the hell out of Easter. He's going to hurt that kid. I'm telling you. And I'm only saying kid just because I understand. I know they're around the same age. I'm just saying. I think Garcia has too much power for Robert Easter. And about Dennis, the last fight that Robert Easter had, Dennis was 38-3. Well, at the time they fought, I think he was 38-2. But I mean, he had a lot of experience, just like Mikey Garcia. Like, that's why he was such a hard competitor. He had so much experience. He got around everything that Robert Easter was trying to do. He couldn't. It's, Dennis was up inside of his guard and his chest and his face damn near the entire fight. Now, ask yourself honestly, if he fights like that against Mikey Garcia, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. If he won't get knocked out, he's going to get stopped. And it's a definite that he's going to get put on his ass. That's just how I look at it. I'm not saying to go no other way but that. Now, the only way that he can survive for the whole 12 rounds is by using that whole huge ass reach. Mike Garcia's reach is at 68 inches. Easter's is at 76. You understand? He has a whole 8-inch reach on Mikey Garcia. If Robert Easter cannot use his reach during this fight, then y'all need to stop talking about Robert Easter Jr. like he's the next anything. He's not the next nothing. Sorry, he's not. And that's just how I view it. If he can't get to 12 rounds when he fight Mikey Garcia and he's fighting in a fucking phone booth the whole time, not using his reach, then Robert Easter Jr. has a whole lot to learn, yo. He has a lot to learn. You gotta call a spade a spade. It is what it is. If you come into a fight, a unification bout where a guy just beat up your big brother, y'all in the same damn weight class. Well, when you fight anyway, you're gonna be in the same weight class for the fight. Okay? And you got an 8-inch reach on, cuz. And you can't utilize your jab. You can't keep this dude off of you. If you can't use your reach to your advantage, then y'all guys need to stop talking about Robert Easter like he's the best thing since sliced bread. Not a lot of people talk about him like that, but there's a couple. There's a few people out there that thinks he can beat everybody in the division, and I don't see that possible. I don't see him beating everybody at 135. That's for damn sure. I don't see that. What I see is a definite first L on Robert Easter Jr.'s record. He will be 20-1. Okay? And Mikey Garcia will be 38-0. But you guys let me know who you got on this fight and why. But always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.